Hey everyone, I'm Matt, your host for today's deep dive into the exciting world of data-driven email marketing. I can already tell it's going to be a fun and enlightening session. You're in for a real treat today because our guest is someone who practically eats, sleeps, and breathes email marketing. Meet Olivia, the Senior Specialist of Lifecycle Marketing at the Growth Gurus. Now, when Olivia isn't sipping her coffee or walking a dog, she is deep in the trenches of data analytics, masterfully crafting email marketing strategies that take businesses to new heights. Please welcome the remarkable Olivia. Could you please first provide us with a bit of a brief overview of your experience with email marketing and data analysts?
Yeah, thanks, Matt, for the introduction. So I'm Olivia. I'm a senior specialist here at the Growth Gurus. I originally joined the team a little bit over 3 years ago with a background in marketing and copywriting. And over the years, I've managed and supported the team on a number of different accounts, going through Klaviyo being in the tools, doing everything from content planning and working with the team to outline different strategies, especially when it comes to campaigns, to QA, scheduling, and sending out campaigns myself. So I'm really excited to talk through data-driven strategies for campaigns.
We talk a lot about the importance of campaign planning in email marketing. Take us through and elaborate a little bit on why data-driven strategies are so crucial in this planning process.
Yeah, so data-driven strategies are really, really important when it comes to campaign planning, because I like to say it's always important, especially when it comes to email marketing, to work smarter, not harder, in a sense. And so with a lot of clients of ours, they're sending out a lot of different campaigns, sending them out weekly. And so there's a lot of data that we're getting, especially in platforms like Klaviyo, when it comes to what people are engaging with, what they're not engaging with, what's bringing in revenue, what's working and what's not working. And so when we're able to look at platforms like Klaviyo and take the learnings that we get from sending out the campaigns, then we can have a whole comprehensive campaign strategy that's really targeted to what the audience wants to hear from the brand and what's going to deliver results as well.
So why don't you take us through on screen what your approach is and some of the tools that you use to do that?
So one of the things that we like to do at the Growth Gurus when it comes to campaigns is do an initial audit to see, as I mentioned, what's working in the account and what's not working. So especially with sending out several campaigns a week, there's a lot of data to look into. So Klaviyo makes it really easy with their dashboards, but what we like to do is export that data directly into this Google Sheet. So you can see here, this is how we like to look at the campaigns. This example is looking at campaigns from the beginning of this year. And from there, we're able to look at different trends of seeing, what send days work the best, what campaign topics are bringing in the most revenue, and have some key design and copy highlights as well. So we're looking overall as the campaigns as a whole when it comes to the strategy of the content, the design, but also segments, send time, things like that. So once we have this campaign audit, we've outlined and highlighted some key metrics that are really important, that we're able to look at different patterns. So you can see that we have some design and copy highlights, and then kind of categorize them in different ways. So looking at educational style campaigns, new product launches, giveaway campaigns, case studies, things like that. So once we've looked at the data and we've analyzed that, then we go to this next one, which we've outlined those winning campaigns. And from here is where we've kind of categorized those ones from the entire export of data of those key campaigns that performed the best. We've then outlined here in column M the different types of master templates, so to speak. So this is those campaigns that not only performed the best, but in terms of design as well, and that we could use as inspiration when it comes to creative moving forward. So we have them categorized in a number of different ways. And then we have some key design copy highlights, as well as a direct link to the campaign in Klaviyo as well, so we can always reference back. We also have some keynotes just in terms of like days and times like that to send out. From there, with using this category of different templates, we then are able to outline kind of master templates when it comes to each type of campaign. So what I have on the screen here, I'll just zoom in, is a number of different examples of client campaigns that we have sent out at the Growth Gurus, but to give you an idea of how we've organized it. So looking at highlighting different style campaigns of best performing campaigns in this Figma file. So we can look at these and use them as inspiration or simply replicate these campaigns moving forward. So with going through this, we have them labeled just like we had them labeled in that audit. So once we have all this information, it comes down to the actual planning of the campaigns. So what was outlined in the audit was certain send times that worked really well for specific types of email campaigns, and then of course those best performing campaigns. So what we are able to then do is work with our clients and collaborate on a marketing calendar. So you can see an example here on the screen, and this outlines the sending cadence that was discussed with the client of a number of different topics of campaigns that are the best performing, as well as the appropriate send time that we've discovered from the initial audit. So certain things like a case study we found performed really well at 11 a.m. on a Sunday, but some things like promotional events, we found kind of sending those on a Tuesday in the morning or midday also performed really well. So from there, that's where we've outlined the strategy for the campaigns. And then lastly, we look at just in terms of production and planning. So to make sure that everybody is on the same page when it comes to us and our clients, we then like to outline the production tasks for the month. And we then have a drop down that's matching the type of campaign or template here. So this is where we have in the audit where we looked at educational. We then outlined it in the Figma and having that as educational here. And then when it comes to the production, we're able to select educational so that everyone knows when it comes to design, when it comes to the type of copywriting and the look and feel, we know that we're going to follow more of that educational style template. We then have a link to the Figma file here, which is this one here. So it's an easy way to reference exactly the templates that we want to incorporate throughout the planning process. Of course, there are different look and feel required for different campaigns and more bespoke campaigns as well. And so that's where we can, have a different kind of template or just completely design a campaign from scratch. So it just makes it really easy to keep things organized and clearly outlined for ourselves and also the client of what templates we're going to use, what's working, what's not working, and the reason, the data driving the strategy when it comes to everything from send times, content, design, and topics that we're sending out to the email audience.
The structure of this looks really, really great. Talk to me a little bit about how brands and clients start to kind of culturally change their thinking as they shift into a much more data-driven campaign management with you.
When it comes to shifting your thinking to a more data-driven campaign strategy, there's a couple things that tend to come up with clients. So one of those is definitely taking a step back when it comes to the actual design of the campaigns. There's a lot of amazing, beautiful campaigns out there, and especially at the Growth Gurus that we do, but sometimes those just don't perform as well as something, simple with a simple CTA. That's just really letting the data drive the strategy of what it comes to design and using A/B testing to really outline what topics people want to hear from you, what the design should look like, how many CTAs. So I think that that's definitely something that we've had to speak to clients in the past of when it comes to the actual production and the design of the campaigns.
Olivia, what are some of the types of campaigns that you're seeing that are really driving performance and getting results for brands at the moment in 2023?
I definitely think that in 2023, people are focused on loyalty. So really treating your audience as a VIP and having that segmented messaging based off of how they've engaged with your brand. So segmentation and really having that personalization has driven a lot of great results for our clients. So I definitely think loyalty, but then also a lot of community focus and more value add through educational content and social proof, and that sense of community is really, really important as well. So promotions and everything are great, but also making sure there's additional value to your email database so that they're staying engaged and, you know, engaging and reading your content.
And there you have it, folks. A mini masterclass in data-driven email marketing from the amazing Olivia. Thanks for joining us today. And remember, data is the key to unlocking your marketing potential. Catch you next time.